Hi, I'm Deneen Myers. I'm here in Tenneco's Walker Emissions Control Test Lab for the fourth in our series of programs focused on emissions control diagnostics and repair. In our last program, we discussed the fact that catalytic converters are dependent on dozens of other systems and components to properly do their job, and a failure of any of these other components can damage the converter. So how do we pinpoint these problem areas? Well, through our 13 diagnostic steps that I'm going to outline today. Then we'll take a detailed look at each step over our next 13 program segments. So let's get started. Step number 1 is to obtain an accurate vehicle history from the vehicle owner. Is this the first converter failure? What other service issues has the owner encountered in recent years? How is the vehicle used? The answers to these questions can provide important clues to the root cause of an emissions problem. Step 2 is to correct all other engine codes that appear on the diagnostic scan tool. There are several other OBD2 codes that will affect converter performance. In fact, the converter might still be fully functional, so correct the other codes before correcting the converter code. Check the integrity of the exhaust system and eliminating any leaks is step number 3. Next, we'll use an infrared thermometer to check the temperature of the converter's front and rear weld rings to be sure the converter is properly lighting off. Step 5 is to measure exhaust back pressure and check for system restrictions. We'll also perform an oxygen storage capacity test on the converter. Checking the O2 sensor is step 6. A failed sensor won't be able to send the information needed to ensure proper fuel trim. Step 7 is to verify proper operation of the vehicle's cooling system. The fuel system is the focus of step 8. We'll use a pressure gauge to perform fuel pressure and leak down tests, and we'll also check for system contamination. In step 9, we need to look at the vehicle's air-fuel ratio, or fuel trim. Step 10 is one of the most efficient and effective ways to identify the cause of an emissions problem. We'll use a gas analyzer to help determine the true makeup of the emissions. A cylinder balance test, our step 11, is an excellent way to pinpoint an engine problem. Step 12 is to take a closer look at the engine state of wear. We'll use the mass airflow sensor to perform a volumetric efficiency test. We will also examine the EGR valve and check ignition timing. Our last diagnostic step is to update or reflash the powertrain control module. Well, that's it, the 13 steps for identifying virtually any issue known to cause emissions problems on today's OBD2 equipped vehicles. You can learn about each of these steps in the next 13 segments of the Walker Training Series. Thank you for joining us, and I hope to see you again soon.